American Pharoah was a phenomenon in racing, becoming the first horse in 37 years to win the American Triple Crown of the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness Stakes and the usually elusive Belmont Stakes. Now he's attracting plenty of interest at his Coolmore base for the first time here in Australia at Jerry's Plains in New South Wales.
American Pharoah rules the Derby! American Pharoah, phenomenal in the Preakness, led all the way!
American Pharoah, he transcends racing and breeding, doesn't he? He brought so many people to the races in America, put racing in the spotlight too, and it's just fabulous to see him here at Coolmore, Australia.
It is fantastic. We're very lucky to have him here. He was a dual Group 1 winning champion 2-year-old and a 6-time Group 1 winning champion 3-year-old. He was the first Triple Crown winner in America in 37 years, and he was the highest rated horse in the world in 2015.
Well, as a horse, I mean, we go through right from the early days that when he was racing, he just had the wow factor, didn't he? I mean, that Del Mar Futurity, he absolutely bolted in at his second start.
Yeah, in total he won 8 Group 1 races by a combined margin of 38 lengths, achieving a time form rating of 138, which confirms he was one of the greatest racehorses of all time. And to put that into context here in Australia, so you think at a time form rating of 133, and he was one of the highest rated horses of the modern era, and now Winx has come out and with a time form rating of 134. You know, this horse is probably 5, maybe 6 lengths better than those two horses combined, which was an unbelievable achievement by him.
And it's amazing when you look at Victor Espinoza, the vision of, you know, the jockeys, the owners, the trainer, everybody wouldn't have known back then what was in store for this horse. He changed so many lives.
He did. He came out as a 2-year-old. He broke his maiden in a Group 1 over 7 furlongs, which is very important for Australian breeders. Later that month in September, he won another Group 1 race, beating the Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner. And it just confirmed that he was a real high-class 2-year-old and thus was crowned champion 2-year-old that season.
The Arkansas Derby, just that acceleration to the turn and the cantering to the line, I mean, just another huge margin.
He won that by 8 lengths, and I think from that day onwards the spotlight was right on him. The horse had trained on, and he was a real live Kentucky, even Triple Crown hope at that stage after he'd won that race, as I said, by 8 lengths.
Well, the lead up to the Kentucky Derby wasn't phased at all by any of it and came out and absolutely blew them away. Just a dominant performance.
Yeah, it was great. America, obviously, the spotlight was on him, as I said, and he went into the first leg of the Triple Crown, won the Kentucky Derby very easily. You know, it was great to see. You know, there was a chance that there was going to be a Triple Crown winner in the making.
And then the Preakness, of course, it was in that awful slop. You know, it didn't matter the conditions for this horse. Yeah,
he came back in distance, which is very important, and he won that Preakness by 7 lengths in pretty average conditions, you know, which is a testament to the horse's capabilities.
American Pharoah is finally the one! American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown!
The Belmont, the third leg of the Triple Crown, so many have tried, and as you said, first time in 37 years that it was actually achieved, and you know, it led them into the straight. The crowd reaction was just sensational.
Yeah, he won the Belmont by 5.5 lengths in a very good time. His final 400 metres was run faster than any other Triple Crown winner. When you take into consideration that Secretariat had won the race by 31 lengths, it was another phenomenal race record. And America had their Triple Crown winner, which they were waiting for, as I said, for 37 years. It was just amazing.
And then the Haskell, you know, he's won the Triple Crown. He comes out and he's still winning Group 1s. And again, absolutely eased down.
Yeah, his win in the Haskell, I thought, was just a total walkover, and I thought it was one of the best 3-year-old performances I've ever seen in a Group 1 ever.
He's an everlasting credit to the sport.
American Pharoah has belted a Grand Slam in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
He's not only a Triple Crown champion, but he goes on, beats the older horses, and in such a time-honoured race now, the Breeders' Cup Classic.
He won the race by 6.5 lengths, but what was really impressive was he took 5 seconds off the track record at Keeneland, which was an amazing achievement by any horse.
And he has that lovely straight hind leg, doesn't he? And as you said, that the power in the hindquarters that a lot of American horses don't seem to have.
Yeah, he's got a sprinter's hind leg. It's a good straight hind leg, but that massive hip is, it's very rare you see that in an American horse. That huge girth, that great shoulder again. He's got a great gaskin, great forearm. He's a very strong horse, and I guess when you look at his race performance and how good he was on the track, and when you come to see the horse, you realise how well made he is, and he's just different.
I guess a lot of people in Australia are, a bit sceptical about some of the American dirt horses coming here, but the record is pretty impressive.
American horses have done very, very well in this part of the world. Mr. Prospector, Danzig, Northern Dancer, and even now Sunday Silence are 4 American dirt horses. Those 4 sire lines have produced all the best turf sire lines of the world. In Australia, we've had champion sires like Dane Hill, American bred, Street Cry, an American raced horse, Morden Ready, Medegliadoro, Shamadal, Anaba, Success Express, De Heer, even Hossené and Red Ransom. Even Fusachi Pegasus, he's been the broodmare sire of the Magic Millions winner, the Golden Slipper winner and the Blue Diamond winner in the last year. And in fact, since 2000, there's been 15 Group 1 winning 2-year-olds by American dirt sires and 6 Golden Slipper winners, which is, they've done a fantastic job here.
Pioneer of the Nile, his sire, well, he's now a top young sire himself in the US. Of course, the Mr. Prospector line, we've seen again, Street Cry Dubawi having great success here.
Yeah, Pioneer of the Nile's a very good young stallion in America. He stands for 110,000. American Pharoah is a very fast pedigree. His dam is a 3/4 sister to 2 American graded winning sprinters. His second dam is a graded stakes winner who broke a track record. And his third dam is inbred to Olympia 3 times, who was one of the fastest horses in America.
He has some absolutely stunning foals that you've seen from some top mares.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go to America in March to see American Pharoah. He covered 50 Group 1 winning or Group 1 producing mares in his first crop in America. Now they're all going to be just turned 3 when his first crop of Australian breds go to the sales on the Gold Coast, for argument's sake, in January. His foals look really good. They're a lot like him, very good size, strength and scope. They're very correct. Big feet, plenty of strength and very good looking. His book reached capacity really the first day we announced him. At a fee of $60,000, he's represented great value for money here at Coolmore. And obviously all the leading breeders in Australia were accepting of that, and the horse is going to cover a great book of mares here in his first season and get every opportunity. It's a huge endorsement for the breeding industry of Australia that the Magner family have brought this horse out here. He's the first Triple Crown winner to ever leave American shores. And for the Magner family to have such faith in the Australian breeding industry, which they do, and the industry here going forward, it's fantastic for all of us.
He's just a stunning individual, and I can't wait to see his babies next spring. Coming up after the break on Bred to Win, Vinery Stud's new stallion Star Turn, the 3-year-old colt who mixed it with the best horses in the land.